Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer versus Marcelo Bielsa. Who will come out on top? Solskjaer has beaten Bielsa twice as Manchester United manager. Last season we beaten Leeds 6-2 at Old Trafford, so Solskjaer schooled Bielsa in that game. McTominay made the difference in that game last season. Scored 2 goals in the opening 3 minutes, and we're beating them 4-0 in pre-season in Australia back in the summer of 2019. Now, Marcelo Bielsa is a very, very good coach. You know, he has transformed Leeds. He's got a very good pedigree behind him. He used to manage in Argentina. A long time ago, Marcelo Bielsa worked alongside Pep Guardiola. Marcelo Bielsa taught Pep Guardiola, and Pep Guardiola is following Marcelo Bielsa's philosophy at Man City. Now, Leeds finished 9th last season. They enjoyed a very good season to their standards. The season before last, Leeds won the Championship. That was their first trophy in 28 years. Leeds did get relegated back in 2004, so they was at the top flight for like 16 years. Now, the last time Leeds beat us was back in January 2010 in the FA Cup third round. It was 1-0, Jermaine Beckford scored. I thought it was a very poor game at Ellen Road last season. It was 0-0, but in that game, Calvin Phillips had Bruno Fernandes in his pocket. Now, Patrick Bamford, he's one of Leeds' key players. Leeds have also got Rafinha, he's another one of their key players. This is Rafinha's second season at Leeds. We've been linked with him before. Leeds have also got Rodrigo. He hasn't done as well as a lot of Leeds fans expected. If he doesn't do well for Leeds this season, I think Leeds may consider letting him go. They got Rodrigo from Valencia. Leeds have got Junior Firpo. They brought him in this summer. He's from Barcelona. He's actually got a knock at the moment. Leeds also brought that Norwegian goalkeeper in, Kristoffer Claesson, if I pronounce his name correctly. Stuart Dallas, he's also another one of Leeds' key players. Earlier on this summer, Stuart Dallas signed a new 3-year deal with Leeds. They've also got Tyler Roberts. He signed a new 3-year deal earlier on in the summer. They've also got that Pervader. He looks a good player. They've got Lorente, who obviously they brought in last year. He's got an injury at the moment. They've got Adam Forshaw, but he doesn't really get in Leeds' team. He's out with injury at the moment. They've got that Shackleton as well. He's got an injury. Robin Koch, they brought him in last year. I think he is a centre half, is he? Luke Ayling, he's also very good. Leeds recently lost Alioski. I think he went to Saudi Arabia. Calvin Phillips, he's one of their key players. They've got Jack Harrison. They've got Click, who's good. Liam Cooper. I think a lot of Leeds fans have got strong reservations about him. You know, he can't really cross a ball. They've got that Helder Costa as well. I don't think a lot of Leeds fans rate him. They've got Medjile, if I pronounce his name correctly. I think he's Leeds' first choice goalkeeper. We have done business with Leeds before. Don't forget we got Eric Cantona off them a long time ago. We also got Rio Ferdinand off them, was it back in 2002? And Alan Smith also left Leeds to come to Man United a while ago. I am expecting Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane to make their debuts for Man United on Saturday. Not so long ago, Jadon Sancho completed his first training session at Carrington. Sancho to Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. We got Sancho in a deal worth £78 million. We paid like £73 million up front and the rest was in add-ons. And Sancho signed a contract with the club until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. I think Sancho will do well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. Rafael Varane, he will officially be a Manchester United player tomorrow. His move to Man United should have been announced today, but it's been delayed. Fabrizio Romano said earlier on that Varane completed the second part of his medical and he's signing the contract with Man United. Not so long ago, Varane quarantined in Manchester. If it wasn't for, the COVID and that, he would have been officially a Man United player by now. Man United and Real Madrid agreed an initial fee of £34 million, rises up to £43 million with add-ons. Varane has agreed a 4-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. Varane will receive around £250,000 a week at Man United. His shirt number as well should be announced tomorrow. The other week, Varane said his goodbyes to Real Madrid. At Man United though, I'm convinced he'll replicate what he did in his years with Real Madrid and he will exceed expectations in the Premier League. And what a centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. Like I said before, Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced, plus he's got a good pedigree as a player because he won a lot of trophies during his time at Real Madrid. He was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He endured 10 years with them and he made 360 appearances in all competitions. His current contract at Real Madrid was due to expire next year. We went in for Varane back in 2011 under Ferguson. We also went in for him back in 2018 because Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move. We have got some players missing. Dean Henderson is missing the start of this season because he's recovering from COVID, so he won't be in goal against Leeds. It will be De Gea. Alex Telles, he's missing the start of the season. He sustained an ankle injury in training the other week. Alex Telles wouldn't have started against Leeds anyway because Luke Shaw's our first choice left back. Lingard has obviously got COVID. Phil Jones, I think, is still injured, but he wouldn't have started anyway. Marcus Rashford, he's out with a shoulder injury. He's out until October. Don't forget, Rashford decided to undergo surgery on his shoulder. We beat Everton last week 4-0. It was our final pre-season friendly game. It was a very good team performance by Man United, especially in that first half. The goals came from Mason Greenwood, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes and Diego Dalot. So reflecting on that win against Everton last week, that gives us a lot of confidence going into this game against Leeds. But Man U Leeds is always a very good game. It's the War of the Roses. It's our opening game of the Premier League season. Obviously, we lost our opening game of the Premier League last season because Crystal Palace beat us 3-1. Leeds obviously played Liverpool on the opening day last season and just lost 4-3. I reckon we should win our first 5 games. We should beat Leeds on Saturday. We should beat Southampton, we should beat Wolves, we should beat Newcastle and we should beat West Ham. But I am expecting Man United to enjoy a good season. Obviously with the signings of Sancho and Varane. This season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that because Solskjaer knows that he's got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. Obviously, there's United fans that are very sceptical we're going to win a title or anything under Solskjaer's guidance. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. Solskjaer definitely has to win a trophy this season because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017. This is Solskjaer's 3rd full season. Solskjaer, by the way, recently talked about Man United's title hopes. He knows the pressure is on. And he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but the title race is open. Now, Solskjaer does want to make one more signing in this summer transfer window. But who's it going to be? Reports have come out today saying that we have abandoned our pursuit of Kieran Trippier, Ruben Neves, Saul Niguez and Eduardo Camavinga. Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder on the board. Solskjaer did recently say that any more signings would be a bonus for Man United as we approach the final 3 weeks of the summer transfer window. But Solskjaer's been very pleased with our summer transfer business. We've spent almost 120 million so far in this summer transfer window, and obviously we've brought 3 signings in. And Solskjaer has got the backing he deserves. You know, our owners, the Glazers, have backed him surprisingly. Woodward's come out several times before and said that he'd back Solskjaer. You know, Solskjaer wasn't backed enough for such a long time. I am expecting to see departures. Like I've said to you, there's a very good chance that Brandon Williams is going to go out on loan to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities, because Williams seldom plays for us. He's our 3rd choice left back. Phil Jones, I want him to go in this summer transfer window now. He was recently linked to a move to Newcastle. Jones has been injured for a while. He hasn't played for us since January. He doesn't get in our 11 anyway. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. I said I'd like us to offload Delors, but it looks like we're not going to now, because it said it's likely that Delors is going to be staying, so a U-turn has occurred. And with Delors staying, by the looks of things, that's why we've dropped his interest in Kieran Trippier. Delors was out on loan with AC Milan last season. Delors, though, was impressive throughout pre-season. Andres Pereira, I'd like him to go. To his credit, though, did well throughout pre-season. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. I'd like Jesse Lingard to go, but Solskjaer recently said that Lingard is staying. We've struggled to offload Lingard. I'd like Nemanja Matic to go, because I've got my strong reservations about him. He's always been a static player. Plus, I've got to say he's been inconsistent in a lot of his games, and he's aging up. Matic has been at Man United around 4 years now. Got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. I said I'd like Lindelof to go, but he won't go in this summer transfer window. I hope Lindelof goes probably in January or next summer. I can assure he hasn't got a long-term future with Man United from now. Fred, you know, I'd like him to go because he isn't good enough to represent the club. We overpaid for Fred. We got him in a deal worth 52 million. Just wait there a second. So I just put my phone on charge because battery's running low. Yeah, so we got him in a deal worth £52 million. Marcelo, I'd like him to go because he's no longer good enough to represent the club. Now, the Telegraph said yesterday that Man United have got no intentions of selling Anthony Marcelo. He's part of Solskjaer's plans for this season. Recent reports said that Man United are ready to sell Anthony Marcelo for £50 million. He said Inter Milan are interested in Anthony Marcelo. They want him to replace Romelu Lukaku because Lukaku's gone back to Chelsea. He said we'd be happy to loan Marcelo out as long as Inter Milan agree to include an obligation to buy in the deal, and Inter Milan have done business with us in recent years. Marcelo has been at Man United for 6 years. He's got a contract with the club till 2024, so he's got 3 years left in his contract. He receives £200,000 a week. We got Marcelo in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. We paid £36 million up front. Marcelo's had 2 good seasons at Man United. Good in his debut season under Van Gaal, and he was good season before last. Because last season he was out with a knee injury for a while. And obviously, know the news on Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is staying at Manchester United beyond this summer, as obviously PSG landed Lionel Messi in a £1 million a week deal. PSG obviously pulled out of the race for Pogba because obviously they got Lionel Messi, but before, PSG wanted to get him. But Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free transfer next summer. The other week, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United. Solskjaer did recently reveal, though, that he had positive discussions with Pogba over his future. And Pogba said he's in no hurry to sort out his future. And the Telegraph said the other week that Pogba will start the season with Man United, then he'll make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. Sky Sports did say not so long ago, though, that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Earlier on today, I give you the news on Ander Herrera. The Guardian came out and said that Ander Herrera could make a return shock to Man United. With obviously Messi going to PSG. We had Ander Herrera for 5 years before. We got him in 2014 from Atletico Bilbao for €36 million. When Herrera was with us, he won like the FA Cup, the Charity Shield, the Europa League, the EFL Cup. He won some Atbuzzy Player of the Year with us. That was back in the 2016-17 season, and he made 132 appearances in the Premier League for us. We did let him go on a free transfer to PSG back in 2019, and he's won quite a lot of trophies at PSG. In his first season at PSG, he won the domestic quadruple. PSG could be offloading up to 10 players. Don't know all the names, it's just mentioned a few names. They've put Herrera on the transfer list, Mario Icardi and Idrissa Gueye. I'd certainly take Herrera back at Man United. I think we made a mistake in the first place getting rid of him. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.